Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to a new video. But before we get into it, I would like to take a moment to say thank you to all my channel members whose names are appearing on screen now. If you wish to become a channel member and support the channel, you can do so by clicking the link in the description. The first tier will get your name on screen at the beginning of reaction videos. The second tier will get your name on screen plus access to bi-weekly members only live streams. And the third tier will get you all of that plus a members only video on the weeks where I'm not live streaming. Usually these videos are live updates or get ready with me style videos, but sometimes it's recipes or training things. It depends really. You obviously don't have to become a member to support the channel. Just by simply watching, you are supporting the channel. But if you want to send a super thanks, you can do so too. And you can always comment, like and subscribe if you wish to support the channel further. Now, let's get into the video. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. My name is Ilona, I'm also known as chikara.phoenixrising. I'm an online health and fitness coach and I'm also a bodybuilder. And today we're going to look at some anti-diet hashtags on TikTok, and I don't really know what to expect. I don't know if it's going to be fat acceptance or people just speaking truths about diet. I also don't believe in diets. I believe in eating whole foods, eating a balanced diet. I don't necessarily believe in cutting out macronutrients. I do believe, however, that your carb requirements are dependent on perhaps your body type and your energy expenditure, but so goes for calories in general. I believe in calorie counting, especially if you're trying to lose weight, but also if you're trying to gain weight. You know, people try to build muscle, you need to eat right. So I don't really believe in diets, and a diet, in my opinion, is just what you eat. You can have a diet of McDonald's. A diet isn't a bad word. A diet is just the food you consume. On that note, if you want to be part of my 8 weeks transformation program, where I can help you either lose body fat or gain muscle or recomp in a whole foods, weighing out your portion sizes and manner, then email me on the email that is in the description down below. You can buy just training plans, you can buy just training and nutrition plans, or you can be part of the 8 weeks competition where there's live streams and also access to the Discord, and also and you can also have accountability check-ins with me. However, there's limited space for accountability check-ins because I do the check-ins and there's only so much I can do. So on that note, let me move over and we'll have a look and see what's up, I guess, because I don't really know what to expect here, to be honest.
What I eat in a day as a fat person not focused on weight loss.
I like these, what I eat in a day as a fat person. I think this is where my old eating disorders come in, and I just like, in case you didn't know, I used to be eating disordered. I kind of, it's just like food porn, you know what I mean? But it does explain a lot. This is by Fat Vegana, so I guess it also just goes to show that just because food is vegan doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. I think there's a big misconception. You get a lot of obese vegans because they let you just eat like basically stuff like this. So
Corn dogs. Granola.
I don't know what these are. They look like little hot pockets or something like that. Obviously they're not actually called corn dogs, but
Granola with blueberries, raspberries, and milk. Some ice.
I think once you jump on the hype of having granola with like yogurt, especially like a high protein Greek yogurt, low fat, high protein Greek yogurt, it's just not the same with milk. It's much better with the yogurt, isn't it? It's like so silky and creamy, you get your protein in.
Ice cream pie.
That looks nice. I don't know what that is, but that looks amazing.
Lentils with rice salsa and avocado.
That looks like a pretty healthy meal as well.
Pan-seared tofu with vegan fish sauce, soy sauce, and sriracha.
Hey Violet, that looks alright as well. I'm not a huge fan of tofu, I just don't find it has like an awful lot of taste. But I guess that's kind of the point of it, isn't it? It kind of just adapts the flavors of the food you're cooking it with. Yeah, please don't put your tail in my coffee.
You buy. Pav, you just asked me why do you eat your favorite foods every day?
Because food tastes nice. Obviously it's TikTok, guys, so I have to pause a lot more. Otherwise I get copyright struck, and you know, trying to get back in the algorithm, copyright strike doesn't help. Talking of which, if you could go, for fuck's sake, Violet, talking of which, if you could go ahead and please like the video and leave a comment, make sure you're subscribed or turn the notifications on and off again, for the simple reason, and that will help me enormously get back in the algorithm. Whenever you guys have done so, it has actually made a huge difference on my video performance. So thank you so much for that, I do appreciate it. Let's get back to where we were. And yeah, because YouTube has not liked me throughout December, unfortunately. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. I mean, both is kind of extreme, innit? And this comes from somebody who is a fitness competitor. She's clearly quite overweight here, and obviously she's a fitness competitor here. And bodybuilding is unhealthy. This is part of the reason why I've always I've always documented my prep, because I want to really drill that home to people that bodybuilding is not healthy, prep is not healthy. It's very unhealthy, in fact, but it's something that you only do for a certain period of time, where you're putting your body through extreme stress. But yeah, being morbidly obese being obese in general is not healthy either. So to go from one extreme to the other is not really progress, in my opinion.
Let's talk about diets that don't work. Keto was made for epileptic children. Intermittent fasting is just a fun way of saying I'm starving myself.
Well, I disagree with the intermittent fasting. So I'm not going to go into like whether or not autophagy, whether that's like works or not. Like, I haven't done enough research in it. There's some research behind fasting and how it basically regenerates cells. I don't know if that's true or not. However, if you are limited on your calories, fasting makes a difference in how much food you eat in that day. So for example, if I have a rest day, my rest days are low calories compared to my training days. And I purposely don't eat until maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, for the simple reason that if I start eating at 7, 8 o'clock, what I do normally when I train, I'm going to be starving all day. Because it just kind of, I guess, it fires up the metabolism, your insulin, you trigger your insulin through eating, other hunger hormones start kicking in. So to avoid being hungry all day and eating little food, I always do a fast. So I don't think there's anything wrong with fasting. Is it going to make you lose weight? No, it's only going to make you lose weight if you're in a calorie deficit.
Juice cleanses are just a really expensive way to drink your fruit instead of eat it. Any MLM 30-day detox bullshit is just a way to shit your pants and spend a lot of money.
Yeah, I agree. Like anything that's like a Herbalife or shakes, I don't believe in shakes. I think juice cleansers are stupid as well.
Noom is basically MyFitnessPal, but you're just paying more for it, and they pretend to have a psychological component, but really it's just health coaches that have no background on nutrition. Calorie restriction, or just restricting food in general, works until you become really fucking hungry and end up eating everything in sight and develop a horrible relationship with food.
Depends on how you're calorie restricting, doesn't it? You know? In a perfect world, whenever people come to me and I coach people, I put them on very slight deficits. I just assume their maintenance and their energy output, and then I create just the tiniest deficit. So in theory, the deficit's not large. So people, when you start a plan with me, you shouldn't be losing several kilos a week, because if you are losing several kilos a week, it's not right. The aim is to lose like up to half a kilo a week. Just a healthy fat loss trajectory. Obviously, depending on your size, you can lose a bit more than other people. But if you start dieting, you shouldn't be on like enormous deficits. You should start off on a deficit as high as possible, and from there on in, make changes and basically start cutting back calories when there's metabolic adaptation. And then also the key to that is just doing a reverse diet and not just eat everything inside. But if from the beginning you're starving yourself, you're not doing it right.
Whole30 is just a fancy way of restricting yourself for 30 days and then binging out of control on day 31. So if you want advice from a registered dietitian, dieting literally doesn't work, and 2/3 of dieters will gain more weight than they originally lose.
But that's because basically people need to adapt a lifestyle change. A diet doesn't work because it's a diet, and the diet has like a time span. It's 8 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever it is for a lot of people. Technically, diet is what you eat. I've already said that. But basically, the point should be a lifestyle change where you eat healthy and you eat right and you nourish your body to fuel it correctly to make sure you're able to perform mentally and physically as optimally as possible. And obviously part of that is also enjoying your life, which is sometimes as having foods that is nutritionally not very dense. I guess this is where the intuitive eating comes in, but the problem with intuitive eating is that a lot of people that are morbidly obese, they don't know how to eat intuitively. They intuitively want to eat things like pizza and fucking hot dogs. They don't intuitively want to sit there and eat chicken and broccoli and rice. They don't want to eat whole foods. They want to eat fast food because they've trained their bodies to crave that kind of food. They're addicted to it.
You're best off creating a healthy relationship with food and learning how to trust your body again. Intuitive eating.
Which can work for some people, but even myself, if I do intuitive eating or lose calorie counting, I still gain body fat. And you can say like that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I like looking a certain way. And even for somebody that has tracked calories and done the weighing of food for many, many years, if I'm not kind of on the ball with it, the weight does crawl up, the fat does crawl on. So talking of which, like if you're interested to watch, I am doing like a mini cut, maybe until the end of January, maybe the end of February. I haven't quite decided for how long. I'm not being super extreme with it. So if I decide to eat more, if I want to have something, I will. It's not like an actual diet, a prep diet, but I'm just focusing a lot more on eating the same food pretty much every single day with some exceptions here and there, as opposed to freestyling a lot of my meals and kind of rough calorie counting. I'm just purposely being a bit more strict. So if you want to see that, then check it out. I've got a playlist. I have many playlists. I've done prep playlists as well if you want to see that, what it's like to get lean and bodybuilding and all that. Thinking about the different stuff. I mean, they're both is unhealthy in it, from one to the other.
Y'all, one of you sent me the most disturbing what I eat in a day that I had to throw everything aside and make you this one. And it comes to us from a new problematic friend. Hold on, I'm gonna pull them up. It comes to us from bonappetit.com, which is interesting because that's a platform about food, and you will find there is almost no food in this what I eat in a day. Shall we? From Kelly Wearstler, who is this famous interior designer. I think she's based somewhere in the LA.
I'm curious to see what this is all about. I'm guessing this is going to be not necessarily obesity related, but the other side of eating disorders. And it's really difficult to find anything on either YouTube or TikTok, anything that's like bulimia or anorexia related, because for some reason all of that just gets banned. You can talk about being obese all day long and those kind of eating disorders, not a problem. But try and talk about anorexia or bulimia, like that stuff just gets fucking banned instantly.
Area, and I can't help but wonder if this tagline here is just like a little. So her answers were revealing. No period. I feel like this was the like boss of the journalist calling and being like, "Hey, how did it go with Kelly?" Her answers were revealing. Let's get into it. Kelly starts off her day at 5:30 in the morning, 7 days a week at Barry's Boot Camp. I feel like even the scammy people at the front desk that sell the Barry's Boot Camp packages would be like, I don't know if you need to be coming 7 days. Okay, yeah, Kelly, here's a towel. Enjoy your
7 days a week boot camp. I don't think it's right to train 7 days a week. Like I'm active 7 days a week, but I don't necessarily count my cardio as training. I just do cardio for heart health. But yeah, you definitely should not be drinking. You definitely should not be training 7 days a week, resistance training.
workout. And then what does she do next? Well, don't worry, she does hydrate, but with plankton? I didn't even realize that was I will never be in the tax bracket that will ever understand how someone can add plankton to their water. It's always going to be a sponge.
I know that like marine collagen is supposed to be very good, but I'm guessing, is that what plankton is? Marine collagen? I think it is, yeah. Marine collagen is very good for your joints though, but I'm guessing that's what she's having, but she's having it like in a pure form.
SpongeBob character for me. Okay, so then the interviewer says, well, after your workout, you must be starving. 800 calories, 5:30 in the morning, Hollywood hot shots, one towel? Not for a while. She drops her sons off at school. She gets a non-fat macchiato because like, would it kill you? Okay. And then for the rest of the day, what does Kelly do? She juices, which reminds me of one of my other favorite mantras, juice is not a meal.
This is kind of disturbing, isn't it? I would like to see what this woman looks like. I bet she's very tiny. Oh.
Y'all, one of you said scammy people at the front desk that sell the berries. I didn't even realize that to their water. It's always going to be a SpongeBob character for me. Okay, so then the interviewer says, well, after your workout, you must be starving. 800 calories, 5:30 in the morning, Hollywood hot shots, one towel? Not for a while. She drops her sons off at school. She gets a non-fat macchiato because like, would it kill you? Okay. And then for the rest of the day, what does Kelly do? She juices, which reminds me of one of my other favorite mantras, juice is not a meal. Let's see what her juices are though. Kelly goes to our favorite problematic grocery store, Erewhon, and gets a bunch of juices, and she avoids orange and pineapple because there's too much sugar. Unless
Actually, pineapple's pretty good for digestion though. I have pineapple a couple of times a day.
you are dealing with like diabetes or something, I don't want to hear you talk about fruit having too much sugar. It's fruit. It's healthy for you.
Look, obviously, if you're eating like a freely diet, then maybe it should be concerning. If all you're eating is fruit, then yeah, maybe be a bit mindful, but in general, fruit is fine. And like, yeah, if you're if you're diabetic, you should be mindful of sugars too.
But what about real solid food? Finally, the interviewer's like, this is an interview with Bon Appetit magazine. What about real solid food? And Kelly says, almonds or granola. Juicing is what gives her energy. Can I please get a nutritionist's ruling on this? She's doing the 800 calorie burning class. I don't know if y'all saw at the beginning, she's 30
So she's eating like, she's drinking maybe like 800 to 1,000 calories a day.
meetings a day, and she's just vibing off beet juice. Oh my God. What about dinner? So this is the one meal where Kelly has something like roast chicken, a big salad. All right, I love all that, beans, that's great. But like, where is the joy, okay? And don't tell me it's the fact that she goes and gets a whole wheat pizza once a week, all right? She says, I won't eat pizza anywhere else. I'm sorry. Talk about a joyless life if you will only eat pizza from one place. And she falls asleep at 8:45 because she's probably freaking exhausted.
Well, to be fair, if you start doing a boot camp at 5 o'clock, she probably gets up at like 4 or 3:30. So yeah, you're going to be tired at 8:45. Like that's a long ass day, especially if you're working as well. So I can't hate on her for that. Like I go to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So, but I also wake up at like 4 o'clock most days if I'm lucky. While eating a day as a fat person that doesn't strive to lose weight, chickpea and tuna and tomato sandwich. Soy vanilla latte. I don't know what that is. That looks quite nice though, but it's deep fried. That's probably why it looks nice. Orange chicken and rice. That look quite nice. Actually, all of that food looks pretty amazing. I haven't had Chinese food in forever. It's just like all of it is like, none of it is like, it's all like fake meats, isn't it? Which I know is like part of a vegan diet. It's just, I just always find it funny to see people eat like so much fake meat when they're trying to be vegan. And I understand that lots of people are vegan because of moral reasons. But I just find it interesting that it's not just like, that they don't just call it, for example, fried tofu or whatever it is. I mean, it probably isn't tofu, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Love you, bye.
Here's what really happens to you on all of the most popular diets right now, from a registered dietitian. First up is the keto diet. It was originally created for epileptic children because it decreases the activity level in your brain. So on this diet, you'll probably experience headaches, brain fog, decreased athletic performance, and increased carbohydrate cravings. Next.
It depends on how you're doing it. A lot of people do keto and they do it wrong. They don't necessarily eat enough fat. And if you do keto, you have to make sure you eat enough healthy fats and not cheese. Cheese and bacon is not keto. I mean, like technically it is, but yeah, if you do keto right, you shouldn't really have so much of a side effect. But yeah, for sure, it's I don't know. I did keto and low carb for a long time. It never really impacted my performance that much.
Next up is intermittent fasting. This one damages your metabolism, can be really dangerous if you take certain medications. And
why does it damage your metabolism? I would like to know, like, why would do that?
also has been shown to contribute to binge eating. Plus, it can really...
I mean, I can see how intermittent fasting can cause binge eating, because obviously you get to a point where you're just so hungry that you just want to eat everything inside. But it can also help, as I already said, pardon me, I'm a bit tired. It can also help, as I already said, with, like, I find it helps me control my calorie intake for the day a bit better.
interrupt your social schedule. And human connection is actually a large part of health. What if you want to grab breakfast with a friend, but you're not technically supposed to eat until 12 o'clock?
But I mean, like, you can just make exceptions. You don't have to, like, be so strict about it. If you sometimes need to have that, if you sometimes need to do some social, part of being a healthy, balanced lifestyle is to also be able to be social and do social things and not feel guilty about it. So if sometimes you have to break your fast, I mean, I guess it just depends on how dedicated you are, but part of that sort of stuff, of balanced life is so being sociable and doing fun things with friends.
Sucks. Last one is Weight Watchers, or how they chose to rebrand as WW Freestyle. This one contributes to disordered eating. It assigns a number value to food, which denotes morality. And if you go over a certain number that you're allotted for the day,
It's just a different way of calorie counting though. It just makes it, I think Weight Watchers just makes calorie counting easier for people because they can go into all kinds of shops and basically be like, oh, I want to have this food, but it's 10 points and I have like 30 points to eat today. So it's just a calorie management tool.
you probably feel bad about yourself. And like you
Be
failed.
kind.
Dieting can
Hey.
feel really good short term, but it's pretty harmful.
You eat so slow. I like to savor my food. You eat
I don't eat slow at all. I eat fast as fuck. I have to really make a conscious effort to eat slow.
so slow. Do you have somewhere to be? You eat so slow. I like to let my body set the pace. You eat so slow. Okay, you can leave. You eat so slow.
I mean, like, I don't understand why people would care. It's maybe a bit annoying if some people are like extremely slow eaters. You know, if you're just like only have like half an hour for lunch and somebody takes like an hour and a half, it's like, oh, that's annoying. But in general, like, well, it doesn't matter if somebody's a slow eater. Who cares?
Whoa, you eat so fast. We weren't racing? Whoa, you eat so fast. Sure did. That's what hunger drives us to do. Whoa, you eat so fast. I bet I could eat faster next time. Whoa.
Like, it's funny how people are just, Violet, stop it, please. How people are so concerned. It's like if somebody tells me that I eat fast, it's like, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, I don't care. Like, I don't understand. I will never understand why people are so bothered about what other people think about them. Life is so much easier if you don't care about things like that. Just do what you want to do. And if people have a problem with it, it's like, it's their problem in it. At the end of the day, it's not your problem.
You eat so fast. I like to let my body set the pace. Whoa, you eat so fast. Yeah, the sooner I finish, the sooner I can get out of here. Leave your judgy ass. Whoa, you eat so...
Skinny is not synonyms of healthy. I am 26 and fat is not synonymous of unhealthy.
Yes, kind of is. Excess body fat is unhealthy. Being skinny, you're just less likely to have
Skinny
health
is
problems.
not synonyms
But at the same time, like, you can be unhealthy and be skinny.
of healthy. I am 26 and fat is not synonymous of unhealthy. I'm 26 and I exercise daily.
But exercise is not necessarily an indicator that you're healthy. Like, you're more likely than not to have like a healthy functional cardiovascular system, I suppose. But you know, it's not necessarily. There's more to the body than that.
I have normal blood pressure and cholesterol.
For now.
Who knew, right?
But who knows for how long though, you know? And like, yeah, obviously you can be skinny and have those problems too. But the reality is that in order to be overweight, you have to eat certain foods. And those certain foods are usually unhealthy, which are usually bad for your body.
Step right up. Let's get your weight.
Thank you. I'll pass.
Go ahead and stand on the scale.
No, really. You can put refused on the charts.
I have to write this arbitrary number down. Stand on the scale.
So here's the deal. You can have my weight if and only if the doctor needs it to prescribe me a new med or if I'm going under general anesthesia. Otherwise, you can put refused on the charts.
That's a good way to deny how your health is declining, isn't it? I mean, like, it's not nice to get told. I think it isn't. I guess it's not nice to basically have your health judged based on just your weight. But at the same time, it probably is an indicator that whatever's wrong with you is because of your weight. Doctors should still perform a proper analysis. They should still do a proper investigation to understand like what's up, what's wrong. But at the same time, it's like your weight and it's kind of just, I don't know, is it? Maybe it isn't actually. Is your weight important? It's only important to gauge BMI, but I guess you can just look at her and go like, well, yeah, your BMI is too high for what it should be, so who knows? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. So, thanks a lot for watching. Do be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. If you would like to help out the channel, it does make a big difference. Thanks a lot for watching. Insert a... What emoji should I do? Do a laughing cat emoji. Laughing cat emoji. Yes. And yeah, thank you very much. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.